where I come from. A lot of you guys come from dark places, just as dark as mine, maybe even darker. There's gonna be times in your life when you don't want to wake up, you don't want to go to work. There's gonna be times in your life where you don't think you're good enough. Where your family, your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your significant other is gonna doubt you. A lot of times you doubt yourself. In life, nothing is promised to us. And so we take that mentality and we use it as, woe is me. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good looking enough. I didn't get that lucky break. That's the one thing I hate about people in life, man. They're looking for this great lucky break. The lucky break that you have right now is that you woke the f*** up. Here's your lucky break. Now, there's something I came up with a long time ago. Because I would always get tired. I'd always be down. But I always had to keep on going. When times get hard, and you're looking around and no one's there to pat you on your back, and ain't no more motherfuckers to carry them damn boats. It's just you dragging it. Just dragging the boat by yourself. And all you want to do is stop. But you can't. So all you out here, just know one thing. Don't stop when you're fucking tired. Stop when you're done.
You want to be as hard as you can be. You don't want to be as hard as me, man. Sometimes being as hard as me is not a great thing. You want to make sure you can be as hard as you can be. So, that's all like a relative scale. So, but I will tell you this. If you think you can, and you're not, you are failing yourself. So that's kind of like the scale. The scale is a moving target for everybody. But people go, man, why are you going so hard every day, David? Because I know I can. So if you know you can do more and you're not, that's the scale. So always think that in the back of your head, like if you run 13 miles and you get home and you feel good, that's a good thing. But always know, like, I felt good, I can go further next time. Always keep that skill in your mind.
So I know you love pain. You're like, pain. So what if, like, I have a back injury right now, and it's like, I know I could do more, but it hurts. So I'm like, okay, no, it hurts, I need to stop. Whereas you would be like, my feet are bleeding, my elbows are falling off, I'm gonna go. Like, I want to be that.
See, people get me wrong with that pain.
Yeah.
I don't love pain. So this is a good conversation.
Okay.
I don't love pain. It's just sometimes some of the things I do, pain is a part of the process. And you have to know how to manage pain, but also know when pain is becoming something that you can't manage, you need to stop. But for me, I've been managing pain my entire life. So once again, my pain tolerance and me knowing how far I can push myself, it's way out there. I know it's the body, I know it's the mind, I know what it can take. But once again, that's a very moving scale for a lot of people. So yeah, so definitely make sure that you understand that it's not that I love pain, that I know that sometimes I push myself to a point where pain is just going to happen. And then within that pain, I know how to manage pain very well.
It's so easy to be great nowadays because so many people are focused on efficiency, getting the most for themselves with the least amount of time and effort. Let all of them leave the gym early, skip school, take sick days, commit to becoming the motherfucker with a never-ending task list. This is where you make up the difference in potential. By learning to maximize what you do have, you will not only level the playing field, but also surpass those born with more natural ability and advantages than you. Let your hours become days, then weeks, then years of effort. Allow discipline to seep into your cells until work becomes a reflex as automatic as breathing. With discipline as your medium, your life will become a work of art. Discipline builds mental endurance because when effort is your main priority, you stop looking for everything to be enjoyable. Our phones and social media have turned too many of us inside out with envy and greed as we get inundated with other people's success. Their new cars and houses, big contracts, resort vacations, and romantic getaways. We see how much fun everyone else is having and feel like the world is passing us by. So we bitch about it and then wonder why we are not where we want to be. When you become disciplined, you don't have time for that bullshit. Your insecurities become alarm bells reminding you that doing your chores or homework to the utmost of your ability and putting in extra time on the job or in the gym are requirements for a life well lived. A drive for self-optimization and daily repetition will build your capacity for work and give you confidence that you can take on more. With discipline as your engine, your workload and output will double, then triple. What you won't see, at least not at first, is the fact that your own personal evolution has begun to bear fruit. You won't see it because you'll be too busy taking action. Discipline does not have a belief system. It transcends class, color, and gender. It cuts through all the noise and strife. If you think that you are behind the 8 ball for whatever reason, discipline is the great equalizer. It erases all disadvantages. Nowadays, it doesn't matter where you are from or who you are. If you are disciplined, there will be no stopping you.
Why do you turn around and take that responsibility on? Because you're saying that, hey, I don't want to get off and run, but I know I've got 2.3 million people. I've got a bunch of people that are looking at it. You can walk away from it. Why do you do it?
Because I know that's the only place where growth happens. It's the only place, man. I'll never forget when I was younger and I lived in a $7 a month place and everything was jacked up. I had a pair of jeans and I'll never forget this as long as I live. You know, first day of school, people go school shopping, right? Week out, 2 weeks out, maybe a month out. You didn't have any money to do that. So I had this pair of jeans that the inside of the pocket was green. The inside of the pocket was green. I wore them almost every day. So what I did for the next year of school was I cut that pocket out so the green would show. So look at a new pair of jeans. All I wanted was money. All I wanted was a nice car, was a nice home. The second I got the money to do it, I realized it's bullshit. That's why I don't own a car. I don't own a place. I don't own shit. You will see me wearing the same fucking shit every fucking day. I don't hide none of that, nothing. What I realized is all I wanted in my life was to look at that fucker in that accountability mirror and be proud of. And everything else went away. While you need money to be successful, you need money to live, you need money. Money does buy a form of happiness because without it, you're fucking miserable. But once I realized it doesn't mean it doesn't mean for me.
What makes you happy?
Achievement, reaching goals, accomplishing things that I thought were impossible to accomplish. Because while I don't smile all the time, there's this feeling inside of me that very few people have. Very few people have. Because when you come from where I came from, nothing, and you make something out of nothing, the feeling it stays with you all day and long. And it allows you to be who you want to be in front of anybody.
Pity is a soothing balm that turns toxic. At first, when your family and friends commiserate with you and validate the reasons you have for grumbling about your circumstances, it lands like sympathy. But the more comfort pity brings you, the more external validation you'll crave and the less independent you will become. This will make it that much more difficult for you to gain any traction in life. That's the vicious cycle of pity. It saps self-esteem and inner strength, which makes it harder to succeed. And with each subsequent failure, you will be more tempted to pity yourself. Look, I get it. Life isn't fair or easy. A lot of us are doing a job that we don't want to do. We feel we are above the tasks coming our way and that the world or God or the fates have sentenced us to live in a box we do not belong in. When I was a night shift security guard at a local hospital, I felt that work was beneath me. So I showed up every night with a voice in my head screaming, "I don't want to be here." And that infected everything about my life. I ate my feelings, blew up, and slipped into a deep depression. I wanted a different life, but my shitty attitude made it impossible to create one. Every minute you spend feeling sorry for yourself is another minute not getting better. Another morning you miss at the gym. Another evening wasted without studying. Another day burned when you didn't make any progress toward your dreams, ambitions, and deepest desires. The ones you've had in your head and heart your entire life. Every minute you spend feeling sorry for yourself is another minute spent in the dungeon thinking about what you lost or the opportunities that have been snatched away or squandered, which inevitably leads to the Great Depression. When you are depressed, you are likely to believe that nobody understands you or your plight. The only thing that ever matters is the present moment. Yet, too many people let their depression or regret hijack their day. They let their feelings about the past hijack their lives. Perhaps their fiancé left them at the altar, or they got fired without cause. Guess what? One day, they will pan back and realize that nobody fucking cared about any of that but them. I don't care what you've been through. I can feel bad for you. I can have sympathy for you, but my sympathy won't get you anywhere. When I was a young, damaged kid, feeling sorry for myself didn't help me. What helped was cleaning those white walls right the first time. We cannot get time back, so we must be minute hoarders. The earlier I get up, the more I do. The less time I stay in pity party feel sorry for myself land. The stronger I become and the more daylight I see between me and everyone else. When you separate yourself from the pack by cultivating the values and priorities that lead to greatness, mountains of adversity and hardship become speed bumps. And that makes it easier to adapt to the road ahead and build the new life or sense of self you crave. When you adapt, you will begin to see everything that comes your way as a stepping stone on your progression toward a higher plane. High paying, esteemed jobs are generally not entry level. You have to start somewhere, but most people see the thankless tasks that must be completed in order to advance as burdens instead of opportunities. That makes it impossible for them to learn. You gotta find the lesson in every shitty task or low-wage job. That requires humility. I wasn't humble enough to appreciate my experience and security, so my attitude was foul as I thought I deserved much better, oblivious to the fact that almost everybody starts at the bottom, and from there, it's attitude and action that determine the future. Humility is the antidote to self-pity. It keeps you rooted in reality and your emotions in check. I'm not suggesting you should be satisfied with an entry-level job. I'm never satisfied, but you must appreciate what you have while staying hungry enough to burn everything you can. You need to learn to wash the dishes, flip the burgers, sweat over the deep fryer, sweep up the job site, work in the mailroom, and answer the phones. That's how you build proficiency. It's important to learn every aspect of any business before you move up. You can't rise if you're weighed down by bitterness and entitlement. Humility hardens your spine and encourages you to stand tall, secure in yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. And that has tremendous value.